What's up everybody, it's your man I Do a Barber back with another product review, and then today this one we're gonna review the StyleCraft Rebel. Now, interesting name by StyleCraft. They sent this to me along with a host of other goodies, but in this review we're gonna do this a little bit different because typically when I get a new product, or I'm sure when you guys get new barbering products, you look at the specs, you look at the box, you wanna look up and down and see what the contents are and blah blah blah. But however, I took a very different approach with this one. This one, I just took out the clipper, the charger, and the guards that were inside, and that was it. I did not look at the specs. I didn't look to see what type of motor it is, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, if you guys are also curious, in the description of this video, there will be links to this where you can purchase this on Amazon, as well as the StyleCraft Ergo, which is still my favorite clipper. But that's not to throw any shade at this one, but let's go into a minor unboxing, if you will. So, modular super torque clipper. Now, those words clearly stated here on the box. I would say that is true compared to the Ergo. As you know, if you looked at my best clippers of 2022, yeah, we're in 2022, the best clipper of this year, the Ergo was in my list. It was up and down in the list. If you haven't looked at that video, I have different versions of these. I actually have 3 Ergos. One with the regular blade that comes from StyleCraft. I have one with the Andis Master blade, and then I have one with the Fat Master blade. And I use these accordingly, and based on the type of client. Now, what I like about the Rebel over the Ergo is when you're taking down bulk, with the Rebel, it takes down bulk really well, and which I guess justifies the word super torque, modular motor or whatever this clipper has. We'll go a little bit deeper into that stuff here in a bit, but I like that in the Rebel over the Ergo because with the Ergo, in this configuration of, if I'm using this blade with the wall guards, it's really hard to take down bulk. I got to do multiple passes, whereas this one, it just really mows through. And I've only had it bogged down twice, and it's on 2 particular clients. And I just call those anomalies, but outside of that, this thing mows through the hair. Now, another thing that I like with the Rebel over the Ergo is when you're using the wall guards, see, that's a 1.5, and this is a 1.5. You hear that rattling and humming, rattling, see that? And when you're doing this versus this, see, closed position, fine. Open position, fine. Let's put on the 3 guard. And by the way, both of these are 0 gap to the fullest. Now let's put this 3 guard on the Ergo. See that? Open positions, okay. But you try to close it and knock down some bolts and once a 3 on top, that's annoying with the Ergo. And I would always have to cringe when I would have to use the guards when I was relegated to only using the Ergos when I didn't have the Rebels. I just hated it, having to take down here, because one, it was so cumbersome and so tedious, you go, and 2, the noise. That is all eliminated with the Rebel, and I absolutely love it. And it's kind of weird to have this clipper now introduced into my lineup because I have been using this clipper, I would say, quite consistently. And I wouldn't say every day that I use this, but I do use this in certain scenarios, and it really serves me well because with the Fusion blade, as you can see, the Fusion blade there has little notches in it. Very, very thin blade, as you can see. Very, very thin. But this one, I really like it. Now, I think there's a question that a lot of people have when it comes to fade blades is, does it pull, right? I think the only blade that I have experienced that has never pulled is the Master and the Fat Master. They have never pulled. But this blade on the Ergo, the regular blade that comes with the Ergo, this has pulled. And this blade, this Fusion blade, is no exception. It has also pulled. And I think that's just one of those things you gotta come to live with dealing with fade blades. And I've laid the blade flat, I've done all this stuff, it still pulls. But again, it's not every single time. It's just certain cases, it will pull. And I don't know if you've ever felt that feeling of, especially when you're doing a skin fade and a blade pulling. It's not a good feeling, especially when you're a barber doing it, because you don't feel it. It's different if you're doing it on yourself and you feel it pull, you can take off. But when you're a barber, you just you're just whoop, 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 and you're like really tearing the client's skin. So I can only imagine how that feels to clients when it's constantly pulling. But that's one of the things that I like with the Rebel over the Ergo. Now let's go into some more contents of the box here. So it says tight to stretch taper mods. Okay, interesting. Super torque motor, of course. Three interchangeable custom lids. As you can see on the box, it has 3 different colors, right? You got the black, the pink, and then the blue. I chose to leave it in its original configuration because I didn't want to change anything from it. It also has guards. It came with these double magnetic guards. I don't know if you see that. It came, I think, 0 through 6. And, you know, in true fashion, I gave these things a whirl. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like them. I like my Andis double magnetics or the wall guards. And also, here's another caveat of this video. I only use this on straight hair clients. I do not use these clippers on black people. So for those of you that are trying to wonder, like, man, is it good for everyone? I wouldn't know because I don't even use this on black people. I like using the wall guard system on straight hair. And I like using the Andis double magnetic guards on over curly hair. And I use that with a combination of the Fat Master blade. But, you know, for those of you who are interested, I'm only using these things and even these on straight hair. Now those guards, what I don't like about them is they don't pick up the hair very well, and you got to go over it a lot. It's just a tedious process trying to fade, and I found myself having to just whip out the Fat Master and pull out the street sweeper and then just finish the job. Of course, black diamond DLC blade, rotary motor, 7200 RPM. Okay, so these are the dub magnetic guards. I remember they were coming out with the dub magnetic guards. I know there was a big thing about these and how great they were, but in my opinion, if these are the ones that people were ranting and raving about, and not really feeling them. Custom click lever, 3-hour runtime, lithium ion battery, of course, adjustable blade, blah, blah, blah. But that's actually quite impressive. 7,200 RPM in this cordless clipper, and you get a 3-hour runtime. Wow. It also has a mini USB charging capability. So many moons ago, StyleCraft and Gamma sent me this cable. They sent me this thing, and I was wondering, I was like, what is this? Like, what is this thing? And it was that, and then it was also this little micro USB contraption here. They also sent me this. And when they sent this to me, this is all they sent me. So I was like, why do I need this? But I hung on to it, and when I opened this clipper, you can see here, obviously it has the charging input there, but to the right or your left, depends on how you're watching this, you can see there's that micro USB capability. So all you do is simply insert this into there, boom, just like that. And you can see now, instead of using the regular cord, you just boom, and the light's on, it's charging. Very simple. So you can see that, real simple. And yeah, and I actually love it. I don't use the original cable. I really don't. The one that came in it, like I say, I only took the clippers and the guards out. Everything, the rest of the contents inside, I simply left alone. I left the cover. I didn't even lift this up. So as you see, here's the base. You get the base where it will stand on top. If you choose to use it like that, it would be like this if you want to. I don't have enough space on my backstop to put extra stuff. This is why I elected to use the micro or the USB charging. And here's the case. You also get, oh wow, okay. So you get the stretch bracket. They have it right there. There, you can see that. Stretch bracket's right there. You get a couple other levers with different colors. And yeah, you can go with the floating one on the pink one. And yeah, I mean, you get the warranty and instruction packet, blah, blah, blah. But all in all, is this all in all, is this clipper a buy? Is it a cop? In my opinion, if you cut a lot of straight hair, you'll love this clipper. You'll absolutely love this. If you cut a lot of straight hair, you're gonna love this clipper. This thing's great. It molds down, wall guards fit with it. And I'm gonna be honest, and that's another reason why I don't cut black people's hair with this because I don't cut black people's hair with the wall guard system. I use the Andis double magnetics because I just feel that they pick up the hair better on over curly hair. The wall guards, especially when you're coming down from those bigger guards, you know, the Andis double magnetics, as you can see, I'll pick up a 2 guard versus a wall 2. So you can see there a lot more teeth on the Andis guards, which in my opinion picks up the hair a hell of a lot better compared to this one. You know, you pick up the wall 3 compared to the Andis 3. See, a lot more teeth to pick up hair. And I prefer the double magnetics any chance that I can get. All that being said, that has nothing to do with this clipper. This clipper, in my opinion, is a cop if you fade with straight hair. Now, if you've mastered the art of cutting black people's hair with the wall guard system, hey, go ahead and cop this thing too. It's nice, it cuts really close. That's one thing I really like when I'm trying to look at both blades. They're both pretty thin. This StyleCraft blade and the Fusion blade, they're both pretty thin. So getting out skin lines is effortless. Obviously cutting off little wild hairs, freehanding. I use clippers like these, or even a 5-0 because the blade is very flat. It's perfect for that, absolutely perfect. And I think this is a really good cop for some people. Now, another con that I don't like, and I should have mentioned this earlier, is that this clipper can be quite loud. You see here, it's kind of loud. And I've noticed, comparing that to, see, an Ergo. I've noticed cutting hair, when I'm using these, I have to speak up a little louder. And I don't like that about it. Now, maybe that's a consequence of it having such a powerful motor and maybe higher RPM. Maybe that's just one of those necessary evils. I've looked at like some of the Wall Magic clips, the seniors. In my opinion, they're a little bit loud for my taste. So it did kind of remind me of that. The ergonomics of this clipper is actually not bad. It's not that heavy when I compare it to the Ergo. Actually, I'd say the Ergo does feel a little bit heavier, especially through here. But up top, they feel the same when you carrying it here, but you could tell the Ergo has more weight in the bottom compared to the Rebel. But overall, just based off my feel, it feels like the Rebel is a little bit lighter. And definitely not bad at all. I mean, easy to charge, especially if you have that cable. It doesn't come with the cable, but of course it says that's the capability, and of course I just showed it to you, so if you ever want to do it, I'll try to leave a link to that in the description below. I'm not sure if it'll be on Amazon, but if it is, I'll leave a link in the description below. You guys let me know your opinions on this clipper if you have it, or maybe after you purchase it, and come back to this video and let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. But I know this is a new clipper, it just came out recently, and I've had it for a few months, guys. So I've got my chances to put this through the paces quite a bit. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know yours in the comments below. This has been your man, I do it, signing out. I'll holla.